Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the How of Cramar. It's piddling with rain, has been for the last couple of days, but it's still beautiful out there if you can put up with the cold. But it's more kind of seasonal weather than we often get. But the weather's been a bit dreich, but we need the rain for the gardeners and the farmers. So nice to be back. We'll see if it turns up tonight. But if you are looking in, nice to see you. If you're a regular, good to see you back. If it's your first time, well, you're in for a treat.
Welcome.
So, a few folk looking in. Hello, hello, hello. Much the same as normal. We've got our kind of music and song. Sometimes feels like it's a bit of a it takes a back seat to the nonsense. Ken, but
I think everybody's just here for the nonsense rather than the tunes.
We've our weekly favourite.
What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So we will be doing what's in the box.
What's in the box? Can you hear that? That's nice Persian box and what's inside it. Excitement. You could cut it with a knife in the How of Cramar and other places. So no, it's. But will you guess?
Because there's nothing else to do. That's why it's so exciting.
We've been locked in for months and we've got nothing else to watch.
Imagine, like, in 20 years, looking back in the Facebook memories and saying, "Oh my gosh, remember that?" Like, however many months that everybody got excited about what was in Paul's box.
There you go. Aye, they were tough times indeed. So we've got that. I've got 4 CDs. The Panda let it out the cat out the bag. He's off a boy, that Panda. What a rascal. With 4 CDs. That is literally like hen's teeth. Well, it's not like teeth, but it's rare as hen's teeth. It's still a bogey collection. You can't get it, but I've got 2 or 3 in the house, so I thought we would pick that up. And then we've got Land of Standing Stones. There's not a handsome boy in the front, like the High Summit. No, the High Summit. The High Summit. And then Beauties in the North in my kilt and my regalia. So there you go. So there's going to be one person. If you put your name in, if you just say CD, your name will go into Roderick's bowler hat, which he seems to be very fond of. Was that? Yeah, his name's bowler hat. His top hat. He looks like a Puritan or something when he's got that.
It's funny because when we were asking about Christmas presents for this Christmas past, you always try and get some ideas, and this year I just asked the boys outright what they would like, and Hector, as usual, it was an electric bass guitar, an Xbox, blah blah blah, and all Roddy wanted was a top hat. So that's
there
the top
you go,
hat.
it's his top hat. So it's not a top of the range, I think you'll find, but he loves it, and if he wants a better aim, some future date, like Slash for Guns N' Roses, I think that's maybe what he's going at, or he's possibly lived in a Victorian lifetime or something like that. Well, anyway, better play some tunes. March Strathspey Reel now, Pipe March, Millbank Cottage, followed by the Thorn Bush, and then Sir Reginald MacDonald to finish. These are our tunes for the Bankery Strathspey Reels sets. Which I've started looking at because this is number 13. We've been 13 weeks doing this, so trying as much as possible not to repeat. So some tunes in I played for a while. Anyway, here we go. Millbank Cottage. years. I don't think, but they were certainly a popular set when I started out playing with Bankery Strathspey Real Society many years ago. So there you go, Millbank Cottage, The Thorn Bush and Sir Reginald MacDonald. Next tune I'm going to play is a slow air. It's one of my own compositions. I was going to say fairly recent, but it's just over a year ago I wrote this, last May, and it's a tune called The Death of Cuchulainn, and that was actually written as a possible bit of music to accompany the upcoming film The Jacobite Officer, which has kind of gotten a bit stuck recently because of the coronavirus, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But it's set during the Jacobite uprising, so if you like Outlander, it's nothing like Outlander, but it's set at the same time, so a lot of the costumes in the period would be very familiar to you. But it touches on kind of supernatural and Scottish and Highland legends and history. And Cuchulainn is a huge figure in Irish legend, a mythical figure, and he is, I would argue, he's probably considered the greatest of Ireland's legendary heroes. And he's kind of significant in Scotland as well, and Isle of Man, kind of folklore of these three places, but especially Ireland. And as a young man training to fight, he was sent to the island of Skye to train with a warrior woman, Scathach. And she taught him some secret moves. She was a formidable wench by all accounts. He came back, and ultimately he is defending the kingdom of Ulster for the armies of Ireland, which have gathered. And he's seeing them off, and he's mortally wounded eventually. But such is his courage that he, rather than be seen to be lying dead, he ties himself to a pillar of rock so that his enemies wouldn't see him lying prostrate. And sure enough, as he's dying, nobody goes near him. They're terrified of him until a raven is seen to perch upon his shoulder, and it's at that point they realise that he's dead. And there's a famous image of that in the big central post office in Dublin, the scene of the 1916 uprising, famous incident. They've got a statue of that in the window, so it's quite a thing. But he was a fair boy. I mean, he used to go into an absolute fury when he was in battle. It said that he would almost transform into a kind of ferocious beast, kind of huge and deformed. One eye was as big as a saucer, and one was the size of a pin or a needle point. So I don't know, Ken, it would be something like something a bit like that. But anyway, that's a different story. But anyway, this was my attempt to kind of interpret in music that scene when he's kind of defying his enemies at the end. he's dead. Good God, he's dead. Actually, certainly there's links to Scotland with that, because the Coolin Mountains in the island of Skye, famous ridge, one of the biggest mountain ridges, the Black Coolins, are named after Cuchulainn. So there you go. Right, Shona has got a few pointers to make. You've got a long list. She's been writing furiously. I've been playing and she's bursting herself with a pen.
So there's a lot of hellos tonight.
Hello!
I'm just going to go through them all.
Okay.
Rolf here, Bod in Val McLean, Catherine Robertson down in the village is watching, Heather Morrison says hello you too, Joe and Pat Aitken are watching. You might remember that last week Joe and Pat were in Tarland. They had their camper van at the side of their house and they'd put up a wee thing saying they were in Tarland for the weekend. I think they moved to Bankery the following night, and tonight I think they might be in Portsoy.
All right.
So, because Portsoy Festival would have been this weekend.
All right. Okay.
Gillian Needham and David Curry are watching. Shirley and John Fuchs up in Skene. Sue Taylor from Orkney. Lorelei Bach, Moira Simpson, Finlay Morse, Jane Roberts, Grant Simpson, Paul Gray and Anne are watching. Dave Bullock.
Oh, it's Anne's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Anne! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Anne! Happy birthday to you!
There you go. Happy birthday, Anne.
Happy birthday! Dave Bullock is watching. Matt and Grace Donaldson, aka my mother and father. Kate and Jim Taylor over in Garlogie. Ian Murray up in Ballater is watching. Gordon Calder is watching again. You might remember last week it was so sunny. Gordon walked from Maud to Ochnagat and back, or it might be Ochnagat to Maud and back, I can't remember. But he said no walking this week, but he's gotten on with the cleaning.
It was a day for walking for the shed to the back door. That's about as far as you really wanted to go today.
Ted Crumuller's watching down in a windy Morpeth.
Yep.
Linda Leask, Doug and Joyce Stewart from Huntly. Norma Hunter from Huntly is also watching. Uncle Tommy and Auntie Sonia is watching in Huntly. As usual, I'm presuming they've got a wee dram. Leah Rosswell in Bucky is watching. Doreen and Melvin Wood down in Glasgow. Elaine and George Mitchell. George is a long-time watcher.
Yeah, he's been every week.
Every
I think
week.
he's been here, George.
Yeah. Peter Wood up in Shetland is watching.
Peter.
Ross McNaughton down in Pitlochry is watching.
Okay.
Got Bruce Anderson, Tom and Laura Curry, Isabel Smith in New York, Norman Ian Russell in Aberdeen, Stephen Gray, Chris Brockett, Alan and Rona Taylor in Afford, Charles and Alex. I never know how to pronounce your last name, Charles. I'm so sorry.
It's Lou.
Lou.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're watching, but they're saving it till 8 o'clock their time tonight.
Great Scottish country dancers. Boston Royal Scottish Country Dance Association folks.
Yeah.
Go to Pinewoods.
Yeah. So they save it. I think they save it for their tea time tonight, and they
well.
watch it while they're having their tea.
Enjoy your
we're,
supper.
We're obviously the romantic music for tonight. Dave Moyer is watching, and he's asking, would you play the Duke of Fife at some point so he can vamp along?
Okay.
We'll do it next week.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll squeeze it into my second spot.
Heather Nimmo is watching. Heather is a great actress.
Heather.
She was in Sunset Song when
She
you
was,
did
aye.
the music. George Finney is watching. Alistair McDougall and Gregor Lane. Right, there's probably been a million
Thousands
other
of folk
people.
watching.
So we've got some box guesses. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, wait a minute.
What's in the box? 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 Can't believe you
It's in the box.
forgot how that tune went.
Starting the wrong key. That's what.
Time me. Right, so Moira Stewart thinks it might be keys. Rolf here thinks it's Granny's spare falsers. Lorelei Bach also thinks it's spare false teeth.
I've got my own teeth.
Gordon Calder thinks it might be a pair of my earrings. Joe Aitken thinks a salt or pepper shaker. Elizabeth thinks it might be some of the boys' Lego. Sandy Thompson thinks a pocket knife. Peter Wood thinks a couple of dice. Or is that die?
Die.
Die. Isabel Smith thinks it might be Boris and Donald's brains because the box is small enough.
Well, no, it's still too big.
And Paul Gray thinks Michael Gove's balls. I'm going to let you pick what kind of balls you think are in the box.
That makes me think of a humorous song about Hitler, actually.
He actually did say the T word, but I feel like I've said the T word too often on Live from the Lounge, so I'm refusing to say it again.
I'll say knackers. That's what I'm going to say.
You do.
Right. Yeah, that might be the only time I've ever said that in a performance. So there you go. Michael Gove's knackers in a box. Right. I'm going to play some waltzes that I put right in my head. Michael, behave yourself. So, some waltzes. Now, this is one for your mothers. Get all sentimental. This is a tune, it's called Movaha. Apologise if you're a Gaelic speaker and my pronunciation's not great, but basically in English it just means my mother. So I'm going to play Movaha. Callum Kennedy was a renowned exponent of that song, and he really did make a beautiful job. So I'm going to start with that, go into a song called Jonquil Hazeldean, which I believe Sir Walter Scott wrote. Great writer. The first person to ever write historical fiction. Anyway, and then we'll finish with a tune for Sky called Morag of Dunvegan. Should have been waltzing around the living room for that. 3 waltzes. So I'm going to finish off with a medley set. I think Shona might be coming with some more information, updated information.
Just a few more hellos and some guesses. Ross Dickey is watching. Virginia Lampecht from... Where's that from?
MD.
America.
MD.
You're going to have to tell us.
Wait a minute. MD. Middlesex.
What state is MD?
It's named Massachusetts. It's named Minnesota.
Have a think about it.
Somebody will tell us.
Virginia can tell us.
She'll probably come back and tell us.
Harry Lash is watching. Claudia Zeiska, Gemma Falk, Mary McPherson from Connecticut, Michael Mulford, Sheila Reid, Arlene McLean from Ontario, Gary Stewart from Huntly. Scylla Wood is watching with her wee Westie pup, who enjoyed that set of West Coast tunes.
Good stuff.
Margaret Stewart, who is a fantastic Gaelic singer, if you get to hear Margaret.
Oh, why? She'll teach you how to do it right.
Yeah, she'll teach you how to pronounce that properly.
Yeah.
Jackie Downing from Cambridgeshire is watching. Colin Forsyth from Huntly. Marion Grant and Evie Barclay from Forres. That's my niece Evie. Hello, Evie. And Neil Hendon is watching.
Okay.
So, a few more guesses for what's in the box. Do you want to play it? So, Grace Donaldson thinks it might be a Prosecco cork. Ian Murray, I'm not sure what this is. A dooley.
Well, I think he's just inviting the question to come
What's
back
a
to him.
dooley?
If it's a dooley,
It's either that or he spelt it wrong and it should have been a bully.
it might be a bully,
And he's just...
like a marble. But
Yeah, anyway. Marie McPherson thinks Sweeties. Ian Russell thinks Paul's Medallion. Frank Ribbons thinks it might be Conkers. Colin Forsyth thinks it might be Twa Bits of Auld Resin. Paul Gray thinks Tuning Pegs. And Sandy Thompson thinks Clay's Pegs.
No, nobody's got it right so far, and I have to say it is someone that's been sent in before. Hello,
Maryland.
Maryland. I've been to Maryland as well. That's
Everybody's
wonderful.
like Maryland, Maryland, Maryland.
Okay, easy guys. I've been there. I went to see the Antietam battlefield actually, which was a fantastic visitor centre.
Paul Gray says it's MD, not Midmar.
Midmar. I prefer Midmar, but I think we might be outvoted with that in Paul. Oh no, why Midmar? No, it's Maryland. Okay. I feel like I've insulted her now. Right, I'm going to play one more set just to finish up. Start with a tune called Pumpkin's Fancy. That goes into the grid, the cash, and then the turnpike to finish. And I think these are Irish tunes actually. The first one is, I think it's written by Terry Tully, who was a great, it's a piper, but a Highland piper rather than Uilleann pipe, Irish pipes, and a great composer of music for the Highland pipes. So, let's see how we get on with this, and I've done this for a long time. you go. Whew, I hadn't played that for a while. Anyway, I'm going to move over. I'm going to man the hotline, and Shona's going to come and give you a couple of songs. So, right, a wee flash. A highlight of the night for the ladies. It's a wee flash of Harry Sporran.
Yes, always a highlight. A few more hellos. Hello to Sally Day Butler, Chris Caldwell, Ian and Anne Anderson. Anne Engler from Sweden is watching in again. Anne is one of our regulars, and Sandy White is watching. I'll give you that, Paul. That's your hellos book.
Okay.
We've got a few more guesses for what's in the box. Victoria Hancock thinks it might be buttons. Claudia and Nick from Huntley think it's empty. There's definitely something in it. It's not.
Bet your hearing aids.
Tommy Webster thinks it's a small Scooby-Doo because he hasn't got one. Like he hasn't got a Scooby-Doo.
He hasn't got a Scooby.
Hasn't got a clue. Hasn't got a Scooby. Kate Taylor thinks it might be dice. Heather Morrison thinks it might be cork for the last bottle of whiskey. Joe Aitken thinks it might be a stain for the Gerdon. Ian Russell thinks it's jacks in the box. Scylla Wood thinks it possibly might be coins. And Bruce Anderson thinks sweeties. There's your guesses box, Paul.
Guesses. Oh.
Paul can't keep up with all the writing. Calm down,
Slow
folks.
down.
So, my mum commented that I've got a different dress on tonight. Don't know if you can see it. It's kind of red and burgundy. I've never worn this. This is this dress's debut. I bought it for, what did I buy it for? A concert down in Glasgow for Celtic Connections. And I never wore it because I thought I looked a bit like a circus top. You know, with the stripes on it. Oh, Paul, don't. But I actually quite like it. I think it's just, I'm so not used to wearing stripes and colours and things. So you can't see me in real life, so I'll get away with it. So you'll be aware that we are now in June. How did that happen? So I thought I would sing a couple of songs tonight. Well, I'm going to do 2 songs just now and then 2 songs later on, but one in each half of my halves, as it were, are going to be songs that mention June. And when I was thinking about songs that mention June, this one, like, totally stood out. It was the very first one that I could think of, and it'll be a song that everybody knows. It's actually a song that George Mitchell asked me to sing, goodness, a while ago. Elaine had sent me a message and said, if possible, could you sing A Fond Kiss or this one? So you might be thinking, I think I know what this one is. So it's My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose. Now, I might get this key completely wrong, and I apologise if I do and I have to start again. I find this a really difficult song to sing, because Robert Burns actually set a lot of his lyrics to fiddle tunes, and of course you don't have to worry about a singer if you're writing a fiddle tune. So the keys are, the jumps from one note to another are sometimes quite difficult. So I will give it a bash. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that sweetly played in June. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, sae deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run, and fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well awhile, and I will come again 'twere 10,000 miles. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung and tune. Oh, my love is like a melody that sweetly played and tuned.
Way!
See what I mean about really low to really high? I've not got a massive range in my voice anyway. So, yeah, I've just realised my love is like a red, red rose. I'm very red tonight. I've also got a necklace on tonight. It's not a red rose, but it's actually a bud off the apple tree, which is kind of red. So,
Which you made yourself.
which I made myself. Yeah. Have you got some
Yeah,
hellos?
aye, there's a few folks saying hello, and also a few comments about the dress. Seems to be a big hit. Folk like the dress.
Oh, that's good then. I might be brave and wear it out and about when we get out.
Scylla loves the dress, and she said she was in tears with that. She hasn't heard it for a long time. It was just beautiful. Isabel loves the dress. Lorelei loves the song. Sandra O'Shea loves the song, and we've got a few folk asking about. Daria Muir saying, "But how's the Ulits doing?"
How's the Ulits? Oh, you might have seen in my Facebook post. We've got baby owls outside.
3 of them. Well, they're
3 baby owls.
half grown.
And they are quite close to the house, and round about 10:15, 10:30 they start, and it's not even hooting because they're too little, they don't know how to hoot yet, they're learning to hoot, so they're screeching, and it's from about 10:30 till about 4 in the morning every night, with round about 4 to 5 seconds between each screech. So the Ulits are doing well. They haven't learned to hoot yet, but I'm hoping it won't be too long because I'm not getting much sleep.
We need an RSSPB
RSPB.
intervention. I
Yeah,
think.
we do. Yeah.
It's nice to hear them.
It's nice to hear them. It's lovely to know that we've got little baby owls, but sometimes at 3 in the morning when you're trying to sleep and they're screeching their heads off, it's quite annoying.
There's a few folks saying hello. Mikael
Do you wanna come in and
Georgie, the second. Susan Colville, Sarah Walker, David Summersfate, Louisiana, Jeanette Clark, and Christian Allard,
Oh, cool.
MSB.
Yep, great. Sarah Walker, hello Sarah. Paul's going to come and join me, and we're actually away to channel your granddad. So today, I usually try and kind of theme my songs to what's going on this week in history and things. So you may or may not know that today is National Old Maids Day.
Somehow I doubt it, actually, but
National Old Maids Day, and there is a song called Old Maid in the Garret that when I was looking at that I thought, do you know what, me and Paul could sing a song about a garret.
well, you're in for a treat, folks.
I first heard it was Tam and Anne Reid that I heard singing this first. Were you the same? Did you hear them singing
The
it?
only folk I ever heard singing
No,
it.
Tracy and Eric Walker, Sarah's mum and dad, sing it. Did you not hear them singing it at the Bothies in Elgin in the pub afterwards? Maybe.
Of course, I think I did actually.
And they do a blooming good job of it as well.
In case I
So,
went Ramsey and Eric's, but
so let's give this a shot. This is I'm in Gang to the Garret. Try not to make me laugh.
so this might be a bad idea. 'Cause
My mother has 3 butter plates.
butter plates.
I plates. My mother has 3 butter plates, and she's neither daughter but me. But I'm in Gang to the Garret.
They got it.
Aye, the garret, it's I'm in Gang to the garret, since there's nae bonny laddie for me. My father, he has a fight horsey.
A fight horsey.
I fight horsey. My father, he has a fight horsey, and he's neither daughter but me. But I'm in Gang to the garret.
They got it.
Aye, the garret, it's I'm in Gang to the garret, since there's nae bonny laddie for me. My mother has 40 white shillings.
White shillings.
Aye, white shillings. My mither has 40 white shillings, and she's nae other daughter but me. But I'm in gang to the garret.
They got it.
Aye, the garret. It's I'm in gang to the garret, since there's nae bonny laddie for me. But doon in yon how there's a miller.
A miller.
Aye, a miller, but doon in yon how there's a miller, and sometimes he comes to see me. But I'm in gang to the garret.
They got it.
Aye, they got it. It's I'm in gang to the garret, since there's nae bonny laddie for me. But noo I'm going to be married.
Married.
Aye, married. It's noo I'm going to be married. It all nobody got it for me.
I was demanding stuff for Mr.
Demanding.
Anderson there.
I shall pass on to you. Maybe some folk don't know what what does it mean to go to the garret. I'll
It
leave
would
you
be
to
like a box bedroom at the top, and it wouldn't. You kind of like an old daughter that never got married, an old spinster. It's the kind of room that she would have bid in to put her out the road. So it wasn't the best place to be. It was like, oh no, I'm in the garret. That's it. I'm never getting married. That's the end for me. So on it, well, not quite the end, but you get what I mean. Right, now, week 13, I've been rattling on for a while now. Mine, 4 CDs we're going away. So if you want to put your name in the hat, it's just put CD, and we'll put your name in the hat, and it'll be drawn out tonight. And I've got 4 CDs, no 3 this time. I just thought, well, I found another one. It's quite old. It was one I did with Devon Arts when I was their first musician in
Claudia's
residence.
watching.
And Claudia's here, the director, and
Projects.
Devon Projects it is now. But a very successful organisation, and this was a CD of music I wrote while I was there, inspired by Huntly and the districts around about Strathbogie. So I've got a copy of that to give away as well. Right, I'm going to play some James Scott Skinner tunes for you now. And 13 weeks, as I said, I must be running out of tunes. I'm going to play a tune called The President, and only fiddlers who ken only Skinner's music or have looked through some of his collections will probably be kind of, that's optimistic. Indeed, it is. I haven't played this for a while, but I thought, what the hell, we'll give it a go. It's a kind of James Scott Skinner showpiece, and he was a highly trained violinist as well as being a superb traditional musician. He was trained by a guy called Charles Rougier, who was a pupil at the French Conservatoire, and he was the lead violinist with the Halley Orchestra, which in Britain at the time would have been the top classical orchestra of the day. So he had a really good grounding on traditional stuff, and he had a bit of an ego. He had no problem showing off, and he would play Straspays and reels and jigs, and then he would rattle into some Paganini or Mozart or something like that, and he wrote pieces that really showed off his technical ability. So I'll be quite honest, I didn't really care for it that much, and you might wonder why I'm going to play it, but I thought, it never gets much of an airing. So it's very long, it's about 3 pages long, The President, and I'm going to play half of it. And then I'm going to go into the Duke of Fife's Welcome to D-side, because it was Dave Moyer. Dave Moyer asked me to play it, so I'm going to play it because you asked for it, although I wasn't going to. And then I'll go into Strathspey called Mackenzie Hay, and we'll finish with a reel called The Devil and the Duck. sweat out my...
Butcha.
Hoocha beastie.
Well done.
That's hell if I tunes on. Anyway,
Do you need a
nae
wee
too bad.
interval where what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So, Ross Dickey thinks it might be a bonnet badge. Sandy Thompson, kilt pin. Frank Ribbons thinks it might be paper napkins which have been used to dry a spillage of beer and now dry again.
No.
Very specific, Frank. Rolf here thinks it might be dice. Gregor Lane thinks nuts and bolts.
No, there's not been a single correct answer. Sometimes we get an answer and we just have to kind of zip it until we get to the end. Need to let the tension be broken. That would be terrible. So there you go. I'm going to play one more tune and then Shona will be back to sing a couple more songs. Another tune by Scott Skinner. Just think of the tunes I haven't played, but this one's got a good story. This is called The Weeping Birches of Kilmorach. Birch. Mine is birch. Didn't get it confused. But birches, like the birch tree, silver birch. And this was inspired by... it was a traction engine accident that happened at Kilmorach. Now, Kilmorach is near Bewley. Just if you go beyond, if you're heading north up to Inverness, Bewley's a bit further up. It's a beautiful bit of country up there. And this accident happened, the engine cowped or it tipped, and the men were killed that were working it. And after the accident, the birch trees that had been there, they were all destroyed, but they never grew back. And this story touched James Scott Skinner, who had a great friend in Donald Morrison at Bewley, and the shop is still there, D. Morrison's. In fact, there's a tune called D. Morrison's Seven Thistles, and he used to go and get a waffy life and hay tunes and drink whiskey with Donald in a room under the shop. So there's a good collection of stuff there. If you're ever in Bewley once the lockdown eases, it's worth going in to ask, because they're very proud of it, rightly. They've got great big pictures of Skinner, handwritten music. They've got a fiddle made by Barton Grant. So there's much to see at D. Morrison's shoppy. But this is The Weeping Birches of Kilmorach, and I think it captures the mood of the story just beautifully. Birches of Kilmorach. Well, I'm going to jump out the hot seat and on the phones, Shona is going to come in and give you a couple more songs. We'll
Yep.
be back in a minute.
I'll do a few hellos and things.
And there's a few hellos. Say hello to Lisa Thompson, my pal Lisa down in Tarlin. She's watching. Anne Daly is watching in Oban. She is missing our Gairnside home. Malcolm Duff is watching. Hello, Malcolm. James Rowland in Washington DC, and Alison Stewart is watching as well. Paul,
Yes.
if you want to grab that, and
Yeah.
I noticed Harry has just commented, but I didn't get that far. So a few more guesses for what's in the box. We've got Claudia and Nick and Huntley think it may be another box. Daria Muir thinks whiskey corks. We don't drink whiskey, what are you talking about? Alan Taylor thinks it may be cufflinks. Yeah. Jane Roberts thinks guitar picks. Val McLean thinks champagne corks. We don't drink champagne either, we're Prosecco kind of folk. Alan Taylor thinks it might also be draft or chess pieces. Julian Needham, cotton bobbins. Rolf here, some of my moulds for resin making. And Sandy Thompson thinks a wee owl ornament. Can you pass over that big bit of paper there, please, Paul? Yeah, an owl ornament. Ha. So this is a song that I actually don't even really know. But I was looking for a song that mentioned the month June. There's plenty about May, like as I roved out in the May morning and all that kind of May morning dew, all those sort of songs. But there's not an awful lot that mention June. And this is one. This is an Irish song actually. This is a song called Lovely Anne. And it's one that I've heard folk singing, but I've never attempted to sing it myself, so I'm going to give it a bash just because it mentions the month of June, and we're now in June. Let's give it a bash. Lovely Anne. When I was young and in my prime, to the seas I had to roam. My parents together they did combine to part me from my own. To Belfast town I was conveyed without no more delay. And on board of the Union my passage paid, bound for America. 'Twas on the 14th day of June, from Belfast we set sail, and down the loch we bore straight away, where the sweet and pleasant gale. I bade farewell to the shamrock shore and the bonny banks o' Bann. And to the girl I do adore, my charming lovely Anne. And to St. Andrews we were bound, our coast now for to clear. Along the shores we bore away, thinking no danger near. At 10 o'clock on the third night we received a dreadful shock. Our ship had struck with all her might against some unknown rock. It's of our hard fate to lament, just now I will begin. And discontent some hours we spent, lying southeast of Rathlin. Then overboard our stores we threw, and our cargo to the waves. And numbers to the shrouds were threw, their precious lives for to save. The raging sea ran mountains high, and dismal were the skies. Neither light nor land we did espy, and fearful
prize. It's there we lay till break of day, describe our state who can. And to myself these words did say, adieu, my lovely Anne. When we received first glimpse of light, our boats we did employ. Towards the shore away we bore, our hearts did leap with joy. And Providence proved kind to us, his name I do adore. There was not one soul left on board, we all got safe to shore. So I'll bid farewell to America and to the rocks of Rathlin. No more I'll from my country stray to cross the raging main. I'll go and see my bonny lass down by the river Van. And all my days I'll spend with her, my charming lovely Anne. And all my days I'll spend with her, my charming lovely Anne.
Thank you. What are you looking at down there, Paul?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, so there's obviously a spider lying on the floor. This is an ongoing joke with the boys that whenever we see a spider, we name him Cotton Eye Joe. Where did he come from? Where did he go?
This is the same spider.
It is the
I'm
same
pretty sure.
spider, pretty sure. He just appears.
He was at my feet listening there a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried. I don't know where he's gone. And I don't have any slippers on, so... Ooh,
Where did you come from?
where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
So we've got a few more notifications.
Sorry.
Harry Lash, I think this is about the 7th week running. He's asked, is it pottery for the garden? No. Bear it in mind for next time. Jim Aitken thinks keys, Frank, ribbons, cork for my whiskey bottle. No. Rolf thought it might be a mould. Oh, you've done that. Okay. Lisa Ross is here.
Oh, hello, Lisa.
Greg McVeigh for West Virginia. Christina
I was going to sing a
Dalfus.
song there.
Would you take me home?
Country roads to the place
Oh,
I
okay.
love.
As if he's never heard that
I know,
before.
sorry.
Steve Byrne is here as well.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Oh, I Cotton Eye Joe. He's gone. He's gone again.
Cotton Eye Joe's
Actually.
gone.
Ian Russell says great choice.
Thank you.
Chris Brockett thinks a thimble might be in the box. Virginia Lamprecht, she loves the song.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you, Virginia.
And she says she's not normally really that big into singing generally, but she loved that. And Rebecca Lomnicki is here.
Hi, Rebecca.
Glenfiddich fiddle champion.
Yep.
Which year I cannot remember, but she's definitely a champion, and they're a rare breed.
So, I'm going to do one more song, and then we're going to finish off. Why are you looking so worried, Paul?
Yeah, I'm slightly worried. It seemed like a good idea earlier.
Yeah, you're a bit worried now, aren't you? Okay,
Just-
so I'm going to explain why I chose this song. So, as you know, I usually try and choose songs that... Oh, Paul needs a drink for this, obviously. I usually try and choose a song that has got some sort of meaning to this week or like what's going on. So, what I usually do as well is have a look through the number one charts, going right back to the 50s when they first started, just to see what was number one round about this time in each year. And this song, Paul, was number one in 1991. This week in 1991, it was number one. It's been covered by a lot of people, including in the 60s Betty Everett, The Searchers, Helen Shapiro, James and Kate Taylor, although I don't think it's the James Taylor that we know from Gurlogie.
I think you'll find they were top of the pops.
James and
back
Kate
in the
Taylor,
60s.
1960. But this is a cover of this song from 1991. Are you going to tell them what it is? Paul's going to join me in
No, on you go.
backing vocals. Well, I'm just going to sing it, and you can all join in, because I'm gonna try not to look at Paul because he's gonna make me laugh. I know he is.
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Like
I was singing this earlier, and Paul started joining in with backing vocals, and I said, "Come on, you can do it tonight." And he was like, "Oh yeah."
Now I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it too much. But come on, let's get a go. It's just for fun.
So number
I've
one.
done worse. I've been in the garden and naked in the last few weeks.
You wouldn't do it tonight though. It's piddling rain.
Well, I would so. I'll in the garden.
Okay, that'll be an after photo tonight, folks. Look in Paul's phone. So, number one in 1991 was the Shoop Shoop song by Cher. Stop laughing.
Very serious.
Very serious. Does he love me? I wanna know. How can I tell if he loves me so? Is it in his eyes? Oh no, you'll be deceived. Is it in his eyes? Oh no, it's make believe. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's when it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's when it is. Is it in his face? Oh no, that's just as Adams is a warm embrace. Oh no, that's just as Adams. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's when it is. Oh, hug him and squeeze him tight and find out what you wanna know. If it's love, if it really is, it's there in his kiss. Is it the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. And you're not listening to all I say. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's when it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's what it is. Oh, hug him and squeeze him tight and find out what you wanna know. If it's love, if it really is, it's there in his kiss. How about the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. And you're not listening to all I say. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's what it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's what it is. A little bit of nonsense.
It's my first screen
goodness
kiss, that, folks. You were here, you saw it. And I'm sure you'll all remember that romantic moment. We saw that, we were there.
Okay, so
Saturday night in the lounge.
Tommy Webster's little comment there was pissing myself laughing.
What are you laughing at? It was serious stuff, Mr. Tommy Webster.
Yeah. Stop. Isabel Smith said, "Stop smirking, Paul." I just can't take him seriously. Paul Gray says, "I bet the panda could do a better job."
The panda, as far as the panda, he's outside somewhere. I'll like to take him in one night. He'll maybe do a wee message to you later, Paul.
Oh,
who knows, eh?
Jonathan Finlay says, "Definitely a track for the next CD." No.
Yeah, the Chuchters, the double the pops. Anyway, let's do the box.
Oh, Colin Forsyth and Huntley was saying, "I mind when your big sister Marion and Kimberly and the Quines used to belt that out in the back of the car when he was taking them out to Drumblade." That's funny. Oh, what's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What is in the box? We've had some good guesses, but none of them have been right.
So, let me just open this box here over here. Look inside. Now, somebody did say, "Is it a littler box?" Well, you're sort of right, but you're wrong. And that will
How can you be sort of right but wrong?
You know, it makes perfect sense because it's in a box, but what it actually is, Guinness Book of Records, the world's smallest bottle of whiskey.
There you go.
Look at that, teeny weeny. And of course, this is going to cause folk to say that's normally the size of dram that I would pour, which is completely wrong because I would never pour a dram that size. But yeah, it's apparently certified by the Guinness Book of Records as the smallest bottle of whiskey that you can commercially buy.
You should have dusted it first.
Well,
Look
I'm
at
near
the
really
state of
caring.
that.
Far's looking.
I'm affronted.
And there's a folk with thousands of folk. Did you see the state of this whiskey bottle? Was that story?
Shona doesn't do our dusting.
It
That's
come
terrible.
off the shelf. Just after tea time.
Right.
So
So we've got some names in the hat here.
let me just go through the CDs. One lucky winner is in for a treat. It's
Four CDs.
Beauties of the North, The High Summit, Land of the Standing Stones, and the Strathbogie Collection.
Right. I'm giving them. Are you wanting to pick it or am I getting to pick
When
it?
you can pick it.
Ooh,
You
I
can pick
get
it.
to pick it. Right, here we go. Tracy Adelsey. Tracy Adelsey, congratulations, Tracy.
So if you're still watching, if you can sort of send a private message with your address, I'll get it to you at some point. The last time we did this, it was what was it? Cathy Day for
Cathy.
Florida. So we had to send it to Florida, and she got it earlier in the week, and that's great. So she was delighted. So it might take a few days till we get sorted out because it's not quite as simple when you're isolating to just nip to the post office.
Well, you're
So-
not meant to anyway because you're
So no,
feeling,
I can. Well, that's why it's not as easy as it sounds. So we'll get those after you, Tracy. Well done. Thank you very much for entering. We'll obviously be back next week because we're still going to be sitting here. I'm actually going to miss Friday nights. Saturday morning, I'm already looking forward to Friday night because I just enjoy myself.
Yeah, but the week seemed to go really, really quick, and then it comes to Thursday and I'm thinking, what am I going to sing tomorrow? And then I have to look for something really last minute, and it ends up being stuff like that Shoo-wop song. So we might do something like that. Do you fancy doing a duet again next week?
Oh, well, as long as I get to pick it. There you go. Let's see. We'll come back next week.
Oh, no.
Keep you on tender hooks. But thanks for coming in again, folks. If you've enjoyed it, if you want to pitch in to the tip jar, it's www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson Shona Dawn, and that would be grand. If not, well, it doesn't really
I mean,
matter.
anything is appreciated.
We're doing it anyway, but it does, some folk have been really generous,
Yeah,
and I
thank
have
you
to
very
say
much.
we do appreciate it. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. And we're going to finish up the night with a tune called Soldier's Joy. So it's a great old standard. This it's just kind of beat the old good Wilkent tune. So we're going to play that. Fiddle Workshop on Wednesday. We'll be back on radio. The Celtic Ripple FX.
Cape Breton.
For Cape Breton, live at 10 o'clock UK time. So be on
Tomorrow.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday night. Sorry,
Aye.
Sunday night.
So, so looking at it's good fun. There's Peter Wood and Ross McNaughton and Martin Donahue for Ireland's going to be there this week. So we have
And
different
Francie
guests.
Devine.
And Francie Devine, my old pal from Dublin. So
But you're also doing earlier on Sunday evening the Music from Scotland
aye.
Facebook concert. So Paul's got two concerts on Sunday. So 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock on the Music from Scotland Facebook
That's
page.
a Facebook Live
So
page.
it's a Facebook Live concert with Paul. And then 10 o'clock that same evening on the Ripple FX Cape Breton Facebook page. And then Paul's on Wednesday nights with his fiddle workshops. And then Friday night is live from the living room.
Next week, be 14 next week. So, just before I go, we've got loads of pals for the States. I mean, folk we've never met that are Facebook pals that have been looking in regular, but lots of folk that they are actually pals. Just wanted to say, kind of really thinking about you just now because it's been a horrible couple of weeks, especially this last week. Regardless of your points of view, genuinely really love America and the welcome way I get there. Abdi we meet, I just feel like they're friends and we really feel for you. So hopefully things will settle down and calm down and we'll look forward to seeing you again at some point in the future. But all the best, folks. Take care. My advice would be, don't go to any demonstrations because it's still in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. So if you want to spread it about, well, when you go, but if you don't, be sensible at all times. Okay, take care, folks.
Paul
We'll see
has
you later.
spoken.
I have said my piece.
Can I just tune up really quick? How many times are you doing it?
Twice.
Okay.
folks.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night.
Cheerio.